gatekeeping is important. Black people, gates work two ways. They keep good people safe and inside, and they keep bad people outside. And sometimes you got to realize that Pookies and hood rats can be bad people. Now, I know some phenomenal Pookies who are extremely educated, and I know some well-meaning hood rats. But the majority of Pookies and hood rats are Pookies and hood rats. And if you get offended by me classifying people, not all people, but some specific people, and we all know the difference, who are Pookies and hood rats, then maybe you are either a Pookie or a hood rat. You tired of lies and leftovers? The Real Black Agenda is crushing 3 bestsellers list. Grab it on Amazon or hit the link in my Instagram bio at The Business Bully before they try and silence it. Baby, let's cruise away from here. No. First of all, I done lost some weight, but I ain't D'Angelo. Second of all, no. Absolute. I'm frustrated, y'all. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm frustrated. Let me talk to you for a second. Carnival Cruises. They have canceled your ability to take them big old Sylvester-sized RuPaul's Drag Race fans onto their boats. You can't have your Bluetooth speakers blasting music, and you can't be out here wobbling. Because first of all, there's nothing worse than a bagel of slack-jawed North American big backs wobbling and tipping the boat over, but I digress. The point is that all of this stuff has you outraged, and I'm trying to understand why. Because they're targeting black people, and the black people are upset because we're going on the cruise. No. If we're going to talk about it, let's talk about all of it. The reason you're upset is because you have Klarna'd and Afterpaid your way onto a cheap cruise by waiting until between 90 days and 2 weeks before the cruise sets sail, and you'll get on that 4th lower deck, and you'll get in that room that doesn't face the ocean, and you'll spend all your time on the Lido deck, drinking margaritas and acting an ape. And then, because it's so many of y'all, and when I say acting an ape, I'm not calling black people monkeys because I'm black. What I'm saying is you're acting like you ever see the apes and they poop in their hands and they throw it at you? That's how y'all act. Like, I mean, look at the footage. Every time you turn around, y'all on there acting a fool. And the problem that I have is not with the people who know how to cruise and have good sense. I'm not talking to them people. Hell, I ain't even got a problem with the people who are out here wobbling and boots on the ground and being obnoxious and fighting, because all of that is Carnival Cruises' fault. Well, Dave, where are you going with this? Well, let me break this down to you. Number one, when you offer Afterpay, you automatically saying, hey, ghetto hood rats with multicolored hair, come on down. What up, Pookie? You trying to smash? Yo, tell Bonquisha you taking her on a cruise and you just gonna pay it in 18 monthly installments of $45. She'll never know the difference. She gonna think you a big baller. The next thing you know, and I'm not talking applause, that is what Carnival was banking on. Carnival has to fill 2 things. Number one, they have to fill cabins, and number 2, they have to fill the expectations of a return to their stockholders. Hi, Dave Anderson, business bully, author of The Real Black Agenda. This is what they do. They will package something and make you think it's good for you, and then you'll all jump on it, and then it'll get ruined because some folks just don't know how to act. But guess what? I have no sympathy for Carnival Cruises, because all you did was hook them up with hood rat bait and Pookie snacks. When you offer hood rat bait and Pookie snacks, you gonna get hood rats and Pookies. Like, I don't understand what you were expecting. If you plant a peach seed and you're mad because you didn't get apple juice, I think you messed up in the planting. And the planting was, this is a quick way for us to fill cabins. That's what happened. Also, I don't want to hear nothing about how much damage has been done to your ship or your reputation, because the bean counters who work at Carnival Cruise Lines didn't have an issue with filling these up and offering pay-as-you-go stuff. Like, you literally became the Boost Mobile of boats. You did that. And you did that because you wanted to increase your bottom line, because you wanted to increase revenue. Because it is better to have sold cabins at a discount than to have an unsold cabin and set sail. No. And even if you take black people in their uproar behind the rules that you tried to put in place in order to save face, in order to make sure that you can continue to operate with these practices, has anybody seen the Poop Cruise on Netflix? It's a show. Literally, like, they had to poop in bags, and some people were trying to throw it overboard, and they couldn't cook anything, and they were making, sandwiches out of cucumbers, leftover mayonnaise, and bread because they couldn't get people off the boat, and they lost power, and it became a whole thing. If you haven't seen it, it's well worth the hour and 15 minutes to watch, so you know not to never go on those things. Having said that, I will say this: when will we start shaming our trash? When will we start saying, "Listen, I'm not with this Pookie stuff," right? When Italians did not like the way that they were being portrayed, they took some of that alleged organized money and put it into their version of a civil rights movement to stop that stuff. The reason that The Godfather is the way it is because of that organization. Because that organization was like, "You're not gonna do this, you're not gonna do that." And yes, Mario Puzo wrote The Godfather, but he had to do it under very extreme circumstances when it came to writing the screenplay. And there were certain things that were automatically omitted. That's why you don't hear the word mob or mafia in The Godfather, because gatekeeping is important. Black people, gates work two ways. They keep good people safe and inside, and they keep bad people outside. And sometimes you gotta realize that Pookies and hood rats can be bad people. Now, I know some phenomenal Pookies who are extremely educated, and I know some well-meaning hood rats. But the majority of Pookies and hood rats are Pookies and hood rats. And if you get offended by me classifying people, not all people, but some specific people, and we all know the difference, who are Pookies and hood rats, then maybe you are either a Pookie or a hood rat, or a hood rat Pookie. I don't know how you identify. I can't keep up with your pronouns these days. So, Carnival Cruise decided to write a check that its tugboat behind couldn't cash. But black people should not be offended. The only people who should be offended are people who do not carry the weight of their ancestors, any cultural pride, any self-respecting level of dignity for themselves. Carnival Cruise should be treated like what it is. It's a clown show on the water. And the last time they packed people they didn't value on the water, a lot of us ended up here. If you got a thought for Ask Dave Anderson, you can email me, Dave@BusinessBullyShow, or find me right here on I Never Knew TV. Comment, rate, and subscribe. See you soon.